हाँ जी दोस्तों, hi, how are you all? Hi guys, so we are live today. Saturday ਨੂੰ 5:30 बजे से live आना सेगा and we are live here in front of all of you. And आज हमारे साथ एक बहुत special guest हैं and I'm so happy that he's here with us.
Thank you.
Mr. Aryan Panchal. ठीक है? Currently he's in his third year at University of Massachusetts, Boston and majoring in physics. ठीक है? It's a very good major which he is in and बहुत कम बच्चों की इस major में admission होती है. So we'll just wait for audience to join. Okay? We'll wait and we'll start. Okay? So we have Aryan with us. He's here on his summer break. Let more audience join and we'll continue. So Aryan, how does it feel to be in India now?
Pretty refreshing after that I've been in the US culture for a while, and it feels refreshing coming back to your homeland and rejoining and reconnecting with everyone again.
I know. I remember 2021 में you went. Okay? You when you first came to us, you were in grade 12, right? And there was only one thing which was in your parents' mind कि you should go to a very good university.
Definitely.
Right? ये चीज priority थी and I'm so glad that you're studying in University of Massachusetts. Boston, which is a student city, ठीक है? It has one of the maximum number of international students in the US, right? And universities, Harvard is also in Boston.
Definitely. It's in Cambridge.
Cambridge, right? Boston में है?
Neighboring
में, right? So majorly all the good universities are in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Right? All the major universities are there, and you're also studying in one of the best universities there. Right? So let's just wait for a few audience to join, and we'll start. आवाज I think our sound is audible ना? सबको आ रही है? मेरा phone ले. So 2021, you went in August, right? That was the COVID time.
Yeah.
You were among the first batch of students who went. Because 2020 में तो lockdown लग गया था and very few students were allowed to go. Right? You went in 2021. One second, please. Alright. So 2021, we are back to the discussion. I remember our office was in a different location that time.
Yeah, right.
How much did you score in IELTS? 7 bands or 7.5?
Something around
7.5, I remember.
Right.
7.5 bands you scored. Great, chalo.
I thought it was low that time.
7.2 bands is a good score. देखो, considering your overall profile, and you got a scholarship also, I remember now. Scholarship was how much been some time, I don't remember.
It's $5,000.
5,000 per semester.
Right.
Per year. Still, that's a good scholarship. Chalo. Now let's start. I think we'll start with some questions now, which I have for you. So my first question for you is, जो बहुत बच्चों के माइंड में आता है, how is life as an international student in USA? देखो, you went from Chandigarh to USA.
Right.
ठीक है? इतनी कभी आप कहीं बाहर नहीं गए, and for the first time you've gone to US as an international student with nothing but your passport and small bag.
Definitely.
Right? So अपना experience share करोगे कि as an international student, how did you feel?
I believe life as an international student comes with a lot of exposure, opportunities, as well as a few hardships. Because as an international student, you're moving to a new city in a new country. So I believe it can be a bit overwhelming at first, getting exposed to a new culture, a new place that you've never been to, and that place is almost alien to you.
So जब आप जाते हो, like excitement तो बहुत होगी first time you're going to the US.
Yeah.
Your dream of studying at a great university, your dream of studying in the US is coming true, right? So suddenly वो जो feeling आ रही है, and when you are there, देखो हम माइंड में बहुत ज्यादा सोच लेते हैं एंड व्हेन यू आर देयर थोड़ा रियलिटी चेक भी होता है
Exactly.
सो वो क्या था बताओ
Like what exactly?
when you entered your dorm and you started your education there how did you honestly feel मतलब थोड़ा सा घबराए तो होगे कि नहीं
Yeah,
घबराए हुए थे
I mean, getting familiar with the streets, the local people, as well as the diversity that is there,
right
because there are people from the whole world, from Asia, Africa, Europe,
your Middle East
everywhere.
सारी जगह से आए हैं
Yeah,
it's a culture hub
definitely. So वो एक बहुत ही अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था, एज वेल एज वहाँ पे यू माइट फील स्टार्टिंग में कि एजुकेशनली यू हैव टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ बेटर, लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट,
right
बट द प्रोफेसर्स दे डोंट लेट यू टेक
yeah I was coming to that कि देखो the major difference guys why we choose to study in USA is the style in which we are taught right हम एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हम सबको पता है कि वहाँ यूएस में जैसे में पढ़ाया जाता है इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम इंडिया राइट यू गेट प्रैक्टिकल एजुकेशन एंड आपको वो चीज़ बताई जाती हैं जो आपके काम आएंगी आपको अपस्किल एक बहुत अच्छे तरीके से किया जाता है सो आर्यन आई वांट टू हियर फ्रॉम यू कि हाउ इज द एजुकेशन डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू स्टडीड इन इंडिया ठीक है यू स्टडीड इन चंडीगढ़ इन अ वेरी गुड स्कूल ठीक है बहुत अच्छे स्कूल से चंडीगढ़ के वन ऑफ द बेस्ट स्कूल्स में आते हैं वहां से यू आर गोइंग टू यूएसए सो मेरे को एजुकेशन डिफरेंस बताओ कि व्हाट ऑल एजुकेशन डिफरेंस यू फील देयर इज टीचिंग स्टाइल में क्या क्या डिफरेंस है
So starting from professors, I think it totally depends on person to person, but I believe that on an individual person, a professor, I think freedom given to a professor to take decisions for the class
right
is much more there. For example, like I was taking advanced calculus class, full load. So the professor was doing his best, and students were also
doing
with
their
him.
best
Yeah. And but what happened was syllabus was lacking behind.
right
So what the professor chose was he didn't rush or he didn't put that on the students to complete it on their own.
right
What he chose is he completed what he could, and he removed what was left from
अच्छा
the
अपने आप ही
curriculum.
दे मूव
Yeah.
फ्रॉम द करिकुलम
Yeah,
मतलब
he
वो पार्ट आपके सिलेबस ही हट गया
exactly.
वाओ
So I think it is much more beneficial for the student in that
यहाँ पे
way.
तो ऐसे होता है कि आउट ऑफ सिलेबस क्वेश्चन आते हैं
Exactly.
वहाँ पे सिलेबस ही सी दैट्स द डिफरेंस गाइस देयर द एजुकेशन इज स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक वो आपको वो चीजें कराएंगे एंड जो आपके काम आएंगी एंड they are very flexible in terms of that and practical also अगर if they were not able to finish the syllabus they did not hurry to finish it कि हमने करना ही करना है they did not compromise on the quality
Exactly. They are more passionate towards what the quality of content they are able to provide to the students that are there in the class.
wonderful so there comes the major difference guys कि when we are talking about studying in the US be assured कि आपको जो quality मिलेगी वहाँ पे it's coming from the student ठीक है it will be much better and how the relations with professor generally see I know they are open and you can but I've heard that they're strict also they don't give you time तो कैसा रहता है be honest tell us कि क्या do students get time to connect with them
I would say student has an ample amount of time to connect, because in the class there are also office hours that a student can go personally meet the professor, get connected to him, and also talk about anything, may it be doubts, questions, any problem that he's facing in the class.
मतलब if a student is not able to understand a particular concept
Yeah.
so is it possible for this freshman or second year student कि वो professor को approach कर ले उस चीज के लिए
Exactly. And also there are other benefits as well, that there's one tutoring option that for example you are in a freshman year,
right
if you are not understanding any topic, you can take help from a senior year.
अच्छा they will help you
Yeah,
it's like a peer group
exactly. So you can, I mean, you have all the options that you can choose, and it's your choice at the end what you want to make.
wonderful मतलब so you will not lag behind
Exactly.
if you're not good at a particular subject जो आपका ठीक तरह आप कर नहीं पा रहे हो या आपको लग रहा है कि यार इसके लिए मेरे को एक्स्ट्रा हेल्प चाहिए तो उसके लिए you don't need to take any extra coaching or anything like that you can get that from the university system
Exactly.
wonderful
That's a brilliant concept.
Let me see if there are any questions we have. I can't see the questions tab यहाँ पे. Questions वाला tab का check करें. All right. All right. So we are getting one question. I'm seeing it. Let me see it on the screen now. All right. We're getting one question from Arun Sharma. Okay. So Arun is asking कि आपका हमारे से experience अच्छा रहा. I hope. That's why you're here with us.
That's why I was able to go smoothly into the transition between India and US.
So आपके सामने if he's sitting with us, so that's your answer that our experience with him is good only, right? So I want to talk about one thing, one very important thing, Arun, and tell this to students honestly.
Sure.
Students really want to know about part-time work. जो वहाँ पे बच्चे जाते हैं यूएसए में, यहाँ पे उनके माइंड में होता है कि हम काम कर लेंगे इसीलिए कोई चक्कर नहीं है. So on campus students can work 20 hours, right? So what kind of jobs do they have?
So as an on-campus, as a student, international student in abroad, particularly in US, a student is only allowed
थोड़ा सा ऊंची.
Okay, is only allowed to work 20 hours per week on campus.
Right.
And you can do any kind of work there from being in any department,
libraries,
cafes, maybe maths department. I was in maths department. Right. There's physics department. You can work in the cooking,
whatever
kitchen.
your interest is, मतलब you can find a job there.
Exactly.
And is there a portal for this? कि website
Yes.
होती है?
I mean, it depends on universities to universities, but there's a portal that most of the universities use. It's called Handshake.
Yeah,
Handshake Pro. Yeah.
So Handshake की we'll share the link of the portal in the comment section, or we can DM you अगर आपको portal की information चाहिए. So Handshake में आप you get all the list of students, ना?
Yeah, there are all the jobs on campus, off campus, everything.
सब मिल जाता है.
And you select your particular criteria, and it will show you all the jobs.
Wonderful. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how easy is it for a student to get an on-campus job?
1 to 10.
Easy.
I think. So the 1 would be.
1 would be very difficult.
Okay.
And 10 will be very easy.
Okay, I would say 6.
6. मतलब so it is somewhat medium. ठीक है. So बहुत ज़्यादा easy भी नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा difficult भी नहीं है. मिल जाती है. अगर आपको चाहिए, आप genuinely करना चाहते हो on campus job, you will get it. Let's talk about accommodation. So you stayed on campus or off campus initially? I think initially you stayed on campus, then secondly you stayed off campus.
I stayed off campus because I couldn't get the on campus. Yeah, there was already filled. Okay. Yeah.
So what advice would you give? See, we generally recommend stay on campus. So you've stayed off campus.
Yeah.
So what advice do you think off campus is fine or on campus is better?
So I think it depends on what choice do you want to make. If there's a budget issue and if you want to choose the less expensive option, then go for off campus.
Right.
However, if you're scared and there's safety issues on, you're going there for the first time, so in that way I would recommend on campus.
So see, Boston is a very safe place.
Yeah.
So be it on campus, off campus hardly makes any difference. Right. But if you're going to a different part which is not as safe as this, then I feel on campus is a better option. Right. But in the end, it's a personal perspective, right? दोनों जगह you will not miss out much on it. Okay, it's your personal perspective. Let's talk about food. Okay. So I know you know how to make a lot of things also. US में सीखे कि पहले भी आ गई थी?
पहले नहीं.
वहाँ पे जाके शेफ बन गए?
Yeah. So I used to, when I went there initially, I used to call my mother, ask for, student depends upon the quick recipes that he can cook. So I think initially that also puts up a lot of pressure on you, as well as all the daily chores and managing your finances. it makes you, it brings out another personality in you.
See guys, ये चीजें ही आप जो ही आप you he went as a kid, now he's a boy man, right? So if you really want to change yourself, अगर आप अपने अंदर का hidden talent निकालना चाहते हो, so going to USA and getting the best education is the way. And talking about food, so on जैसे हम बता रहे हैं कि on campus off campus में रहते हैं तो खाने की इतनी कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आती. On campus so you have a big menu, and off campus you can make food. कैसे रहता है, मतलब you make it or you?
Yeah, so initially when a student goes there and he manages everything, I
Right.
believe there comes a lot of time constraint because you have to manage everything on yourself.
Right.
And a student might feel time constrained because of that. But after a few months, a few
हो जाता है.
semesters, manage हो
Man,
जाता है.
अच्छा, I am getting one question with respect to food कि क्या वेजिटेरियन खाना मिल जाता है यूएसए में ऑन कैंपस, मतलब यूनिवर्सिटी में?
यूनिवर्सिटी में मिल जाता है बिल्कुल, बिकॉज अभी इंडियन cuisine is getting more and more famous over there for some reason.
Right. So don't worry about it guys, इनके भी concerns हैं. बहुत पेरेंट्स हमसे पूछते हैं खाने को लेके, so that should not be a concern.
Yeah,
जैसी भी
because
आपकी प्रेफरेंस क्या please
in the US they are more concerned for everyone's preference. May it be vegan, vegetarian, you know, any kind of food.
और चलो हम थोड़ा ऑफ टॉपिक चले गए थे, खाने की बात लग रही थी, भूख लग रही है मेरी हमें, तो लेट्स गेट बैक ऑन टॉपिक. सो जॉब्स की बात कर रहे थे ऑन कैंपस की. सो ऑन कैंपस तो हमें पता है अलाउड है, सो लेट्स कीप दिस कन्वर्सेशन रियल. ठीक है. सो लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स वांट टू वर्क ऑफ कैंपस आल्सो, व्हिच इज नॉट करेक्ट बाय द बुक. व्हाट इज योर एडवाइस ऑन दिस कि ऑफ कैंपस करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए? एंड प्लीज बताओ बच्चों को.
So I think as an international student, you are there on a student visa, on a student, your status is a student.
Absolutely.
So I think your first priority should be keeping that safe in any case or scenario.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Very important, guys.
Because doing and going off campus work is not allowed if you choose to go there, because you might find people doing, your peers doing off campus job, mostly Indian, Bangladeshi, and you know, people, Asian people
करते हैं.
provide.
And I know some of your friends were also doing off
Yes,
campus.
yes. So it puts your status in danger.
And more importantly, you were telling me कि it becomes very hectic also.
Yes. So they pay you below the
minimum average,
and they fill you with overwork and put a lot of burden, and you have all the responsibilities over there.
देखो, they will take advantage of you.
Definitely.
Basically, when you're working off campus, you're not doing it by the book. So जो employer होएगा वो आपका undue advantage ले सकता है.
Exactly.
So इसलिए
they choose to pay you
very little,
very late, as well as they may pay you whenever they feel like. Right. They may not even pay you if they feel like it. It totally depends on person to person. Also, you might see people taking easy majors, choosing easy majors.
Some so students do that.
From maybe from Gujarat or anywhere else, choosing easy majors so that they can give more time to their part-time job.
And guys, मैं दोबारा कहूँगा कि अगर आपके दिमाग में ये चीजें हैं, please don't think USA as a destination. I'm being very clear here. USA जाना है तो सिर्फ ये सोच के जाओ कि वहाँ पे हमने पढ़ना है, अच्छी पढ़ाई लेनी है, एंड पढ़ाई के बाद एक अच्छी जॉब करनी है जो आपको ओपीटी के थ्रू मिलेगी. बट अगर आप ये माइंड में रखोगे कि मैं ऑफ कैंपस भी काम कर लूंगा, ये चीजें कर लूंगा, तो I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, it would also compromise your education there. Your grades would fall off.
Because you will not have time to study.
Exactly. Because also you have to manage everything else as well, from your food and other responsibilities.
Absolutely. Let's see, there are any questions in comments. So study in USA is a risk or something neutral? I mean, okay, so this is a good question. I didn't get you. Neelam Kumari ji is asking us, how is the behavior of US embassy? चलो, when you went in 2021, अपना experience तुम्हें याद ही होएगा.
Yeah.
So what all questions did they ask you?
So when I went there, you know, for the security check and all, they just asked two questions. your university and as well as what your major is. That's it.
देख लिया आपने, तो किस चीज की क्या आपको लगता है डिफिकल्ट है? एंड अगर आप अच्छे मेजर के लिए जा रहे हो, एक अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहे हो, आपको नहीं प्रॉब्लम आएगी इस चीज को लेके. सो बिल्कुल अपने माइंड में इन चीजों को लेके डरो मत. यूएस वांट्स गुड स्टूडेंट्स टू कम. ठीक है, इफ यू आर अ गुड एंड हार्ड वर्किंग स्टूडेंट, यू विल नॉट फेस एनी सच प्रॉब्लम देयर. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? गुड इवनिंग. यूएसए में स्टूडेंट क्या लाइफ है, शिफ्ट्स और स्टडी कैसे मैनेज होती है? ओके, सो आई थिंक हमने ये आंसर कर दिया जैस्मिन का क्वेश्चन कि हाउ डू यू मैनेज वर्क एंड स्टडीज, पढ़ाई के साथ साथ काम को कैसे मैनेज करते हो? तो ऑन कैंपस कर रहे हो तो 20 आवर्स है, तब तो मैनेज हो ही जाता है.
Right.
बर्डन होते ही हैं.
So while doing 20 hours work, you have the choice कि कौन से 20 hours you want to choose.
अच्छा, वो आप पर है.
Yes.
मतलब you can choose that as per your class schedule.
Right. They will give you time slots, 2-hour slots mostly, and you have to choose which one you want to pick weekly.
Okay.
And if, for example, I might be busy someday, so I can talk to my peers and someone else can,
so
yes, you can swap your position.
It's very flexible. तुम्हें if you are working in the on campus USA में, तो आपकी पढ़ाई से बिल्कुल कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होएगा. आप अपने स्केड्यूल के अकॉर्डिंगली, अपने टाइम टेबल के अकॉर्डिंगली अपना बनाओ पूरा. आपको अपने क्लास के टाइम टेबल के अकॉर्डिंगली आपका वर्कलोड बन जाएगा, सो दैट आप इजीली वो दोनों चीजें मैनेज कर रहे हो. एंड वन मोर थिंग आई हैव इन माइंड, सो आई नो दिस बट आई वांट स्टूडेंट्स टू नो कि आपका क्लास शेड्यूल होता कैसे था? आपकी कितने हफ्ते में 5 दिन होती थी क्लास की, 6 दिन होती थी कि 4 दिन होती?
So also that
you are in a difficult major,
right.
So but in general मेरे को बताओ.
So उसके लिए भी you have the choice to make. You will, for example, I want to take any class.
Okay.
So you go on your portal and search that class. You will see 2 to 3 options.
ठीक है. पोर्टल वो शेड्यूलिंग तो is fine, but on an average classes हफ्ते में 4 दिन होती हैं कि 5 दिन होती हैं?
So वो भी choose करना तुम it's in students' hand. So you can make that from 2 days to 5 days.
So flexibility is completely up to you. You have to finish your credits, जो minimum credits हैं आपके सेमेस्टर के. क्लासेस आप हफ्ते में 4 ले रहे हो या 5 ले रहे हो या 3 ले रहे हो, वो आप पर है. आप एक दिन में ज्यादा आवर्स पढ़ सकते हो अगर आपके सब्जेक्ट्स अवेलेबल है.
Yes.
Right? So it's up to you. वो ऐसा ये flexibility आपको बहुत अच्छी मिलती है वहाँ पे. So don't worry about that if that's in your mind. Any other question, guys? Let me see, कोई मिस तो नहीं हो गया? I think हमने सारे questions cover कर लिए. So we have Aryan here. Aryan, thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming, and it's really a pleasure. I'm very sure very soon you will be able to achieve your goal. Okay, and thank you so much for sharing your insight with our students. Okay, guys, so if you have any questions related to studying in USA, अभी दोबारा पूछ सकते हो. इंटरव्यू यूएस वीजा इंटरव्यू बेस्ड हिट्स है, यू इंटरव्यू की टाइम क्या एक्सपीरियंस है? ओके, सो बेसिकली आप लोग के जो इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस है ना, देखो वो मैं अगले जो हमारा सेशन होगा मैं उस पर बात करूंगा. ठीक है, इंटरव्यू का जो आर्यन का एक्सपीरियंस था, बहुत हर बच्चे का इंटरव्यू का एक्सपीरियंस बहुत डिफरेंट रहता है. एंड मैं आपको एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा कि जो इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस हैं वो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी पे बहुत डिपेंडेंट होते हैं. अगर आप एक 3rd ग्रेड यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहे हो, आपसे बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे एंड बहुत डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे. अगर आप एक Tier 1 अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए जा रहे हो, जैसे आर्यन से सिर्फ 2 क्वेश्चन पूछे थे, तो यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है, IIE एजुकेशन के पास आओ, वी विल मेक इट पॉसिबल फॉर यू. राइट, अदर देन दैट कोई भी क्वेश्चंस हो प्लीज हमें डीएम करो या कमेंट्स में लिख दो. वी विल हेल्प यू विद योर ओवरसीज एजुकेशन गोल. And do subscribe this channel and like the video also. Okay, hope to see you all soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aryan.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here. Okay.
Me too.
See you all, guys. Bye. Bye. Chalo. Thank you.